Hello. All right. Let's see. Make sure we're going good. Sure we're oh, and we are. Nope. Good connection. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name is Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, thrift stores, garage sales, backyards, front yards, side yards, under yards, and try and make a few extra bucks online. This morning, it's a good morning. Good morning. 10 sales over the weekend, which is a good number for me. That beats my typical 2 to 3 sale per day average. And so that were good and some interesting sales. Friday, I bought a big bag of Hot Wheels from Goodwill, and I've already made my money back off of 3 cars selling them. So that whole bag cost me $25, and yeah, pretty much made my money back off of 3 cars that sold within 48 hours of getting them listed. So good find there, and there's some good bonuses. I'm going to go over the best cars I found out of that batch, and what else we got? Bunch of sales. Didn't find other than that a couple of small finds over the weekend. Nothing too huge, but I got some things here in the works that I think will be pretty good. So we'll go over that. So starting out, let's get sales taken care of out of the way, and we'll do all the Hot Wheels and stuff last, I think. So, and these are pretty good bread and butter sales this week. No, doesn't look like, yeah, nothing like a $7 or $8 sale. It's like, I didn't really make any money. But no, we got stuff like, now this is something I think people are, if you collect cars and stuff, these are cool. This is Tootsie Toy. There's a couple other brands that made some real similar stuff. But Tootsie, this is one of those that I have to start passing some of these up now because they're not worth as much, and I think it's a shame. Tootsie Toy Trackmasters Roadster. They're actually 118. They can sometimes fit things like G.I. Joe figures. And so this is a really neat one. There's some Lamborghinis out there. What you're looking for on some of these is some that are like some rare colors. I've sold some $30, $40 of these bigger Tootsie Toy cars, and I've had some that like, man, why isn't that worth that much? I think I'm sitting on a yellow Lambo, and it's just not, and it didn't sell on eBay, and I pulled it. So I'm bringing it out to the flea market. It's a shame because they're really neat 80s cars. So be on the lookout. Look these up when you see them. There was a lady the other day, and I was like, she got to it like 5 minutes before I did. But it was like a 1980s big red Trans Am, and it was really cool looking. It probably wasn't worth that much, but there's still a whole lot of fun. So, all right, next up. Not going in a huge order this morning. I had two of these. One sold this past week, and this one sold over the weekend. These are Jada Toys 18-wheelers. This one for $14. So that was a fun little packaged. 18-wheelers sometimes still kind of sell. That's one of the things some people collect. So it's always fun, and I can sip a coffee. Okay. A little bit in the way of anime sales today. What we got? Scrolling down, this is a Yu Yu Hakusho Men 2X t-shirt. So I've always had pretty good luck selling anime t-shirts, They sit a little bit, but they do move. I've had that for a few months, and to go along with that, where'd you go? All right, I had another anime sale. I didn't pull it, and I should have, but it's laying around back up in here somewhere. I'll track it down. But I sold a $15 Attack on Titan figure. That went pretty good. So actually not as good as I thought it was. And I got another one that I'm a little surprised hasn't sold. All right. So we'll get to the cars in a little bit. One of my bread and butters, Baptist hymnals. This is a older hymnal. This is a 1956. This is the one, baby boomers grew up with this one. Gen X, we grew up with the one after this. So this is a 1956 hardcover. This is really good shape for what this is. Not a lot of creasing in the binding. Super clean, crisp pages. This went for $20, and I think that's a premium. Somebody went up to get this one, and I think that's pretty good. But you see these, and usually you see these a little more wore out. But this one came out pretty good. All right, next up in that stack. Thought this would sell a little bit quicker. Had sitting on it for a few months. This is an Inkheart audiobook. Brand new, still wrapped in a plastic. This one for $20. Yeah, I did think that would go a little bit faster. The comps were really good on it. And I had it priced pretty competitively, and it still took a few months to sell. And I'm not entirely sure why. That's what the algorithm does to you sometimes. It just between algorithm and people just not clicking yours. East of the sun, west of the moon. This has been sitting a while, but it finally sold $13. So I can see that going. Thought this was. I've sold multiples of these before, and I guess I forgot of what they sold for. I think I'm gonna make a couple bucks on this because I think I paid $5 for this. It sold for $16, so you gotta be careful when you buy this set, this molecular model set. But these things, this is actually brand new inside. Like all the packaging is still sealed inside of it. And this went for $16. And I'm a little surprised. I wonder if this didn't used to go for a little bit more. But this is about the third set of these that I've sold. Homeschoolers still use them occasionally. And these do sell consistently. You just gotta get them at the right price. So if you find this set for $2 or $3, grab it easy. Even if it's missing a couple pieces, it should still be up to move. So that's what that is. All right. Any other hot things we need to talk about that I sold that weren't Hot Wheels? No, we're jumping on Hot Wheels. Okay, I bought that big bag, $25 at Goodwill. I love these finds. My rule is, if you find a big bag of Hot Wheels, unless you know you see specifically something in it, you need. Then my line is a quarter a piece for a bag of real Hot Wheels with like realistic cars in it, with a bunch of muscle cars and all that sort of stuff. Because what I do is I'll go through it, pull out the higher end ones that flip on eBay, and I've got a local flea market that I can sell the bag at 50 cents a car all day long to kids and collectors, and it's great. So I went through it. There's a good chunk of muscle cars actually in it, and that'll be great for when I bring up there, because there's a lot of muscle car collectors, not just kids, but there's plenty of guys out there who are Hot Wheels collectors that are guys who they're not necessarily Hot Wheels collectors, but they like certain muscle cars, and they grab, they'll buy Mustangs or Camaros or something like that, and they go for that. So those are always great to grab if you have the outlet to resell those. So that's what that is. So now we're going to get to the sales I had and the cars I found. Let's see here. All right, we'll go with first off. This one was a curious one, and I'm not sure as to the value on it. This is a 1957 Chevy Maisto police highway patrol car. There were no comps. There's actually what I didn't see any for sale. So I think I listed it at $20, and we're gonna see how this one goes. Maisto to me is like the ultimate zero or home run brand of car sale of uh, diecast car manufacturers because, and we'll see in a second why that is. Because there's some cars that they make is like like nobody made that car except Maisto, and they had two runs of it, and it's weirdly valuable for such a mundane vehicle, but there's a reason behind it. Or they'll do some stuff where they make cars that like they're kind of cool and nobody wants, and it's really weird, and it seems to be an all or nothing prospect with Maisto with some of their diecasts. This bad boy, and you think is well, that's just a Matchbox 4x4 off roader. Yeah, but no. This is actually a really rare color. This is one of maybe 3 listed right now on eBay. So it and they're all the other ones are different colors. This is actually like a $10 to $20 car. So this is some Dune something or other. Dune Dog. But this is another one real neat find. I've learned not to sleep on Matchbox cars all the time. Because there's occasionally sometimes they come out with something and it's a regular model, but the coloration's different. They only sometimes they only do their colors for a year or even if that long, and when it goes out of print, in a sense, it actually, even though they may still make the car and a dozen other things, certain colors can sometimes become valuable on it because of limited runs. This is one that I think if it was in better shape would be worth more. This is more of a early 90s, 80s majorette Sonic flashers car that doesn't work, and I'm not sure how to rip it up to pull the battery to make it work. But it's an ambulance. People love ambulances. I still haven't figured out 100% why emergency vehicles still sell decently well. But it's a thing. There are I get for little kids, I really do. But you can put lots of like Matchbox emergency vehicles and sometimes singles up, and people will pay $10 for a really weird, just mundane emergency vehicle. And there are ambulance and fire truck collectors out there that if you get a bunch of stuff cheap, you can lot some things up on eBay, and they'll go okay. And I want to say like Matchbox emergency vehicles are one of those things that you can at least like get like lotted up 50 cents to $1 a car. If you can kind of do it right where you come ahead on shipping. So all right. Top 3 here. I'm going to go for the 2 sales and then the one big find on this. The 2 sales was this pair. One of them was this pair of 2006 first edition Nissan Titan lowriders. This pair went for $17 for 2 of these. So this is a pretty good find here. I might have been able to sell them each for like $10 a piece, $10-12 a piece. Side a lot of them up. I think it still came out about the same after all the fees and all that sort of stuff. All right. Let's talk about Maisto, talking about mundane cars, talking about what in the world are they doing. This is one of them. This is a Maisto Scion XB with the little rear spoiler thing. This one for $18.99 shipped. This isn't the first time I've sold a Maisto car. It's like, what in the world? I've sold Jeep Liberties. I've sold Ford Escape from Maisto because nobody else made them. I think Maisto may have made the only Scion XBs, particularly one like just common color from the manufacturer. They have like 3 models, and I think this may be the rarest one, is this XB with this rear spoiler thing on it. And it's clean and it is weird. And those two things, these three cars, paid for the entire bag that I bought Friday, and they sold for within 2 days. So finally, the big find out of that one. This is why you get the boxes. Is that right there? This is, let me go to the listing. Let me go to the listing, get this right. Because this was a really fun find. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. All right. Hot Wheels, Retro Entertainment, Greased Lightning. This is minimum $40 car. It actually may bring up to, I may get over 50 for this. Rubber tires. This is one of those, this isn't the one that's in the $1.99 packs. This is one of those special collection cars that, you know, this is like $7 or $8 minimum. Like you usually have your Hot Wheels section, and then you have the cars that go up in price. This is one of those. This is a sweet find in a bag of random Hot Wheels for $25. And this will probably sell. I may drive. I've got it for 60 and no great hits, and I may tinkle the price down a little bit the next day or two if I don't get any good hits on it. This thing's clean. It's pretty sweet. It was a really great find. And that was the Hot Wheel find. I actually went through, one thing I like to do is when I find a bag of Hot Wheels like that or action figures, I do what I call live lookup, and I'll jump online and I'll see who's on. We'll start looking stuff up, see if it's any good. It's unscheduled. Don't know when it's going to happen next. It all depends on what I find and when I find it. So, but usually I think I did it. I did it Friday, and that's kind of when it usually happens if I do it. Okay, stuff for sale. I've got those Hot Wheels. I've got, and I need to look up the current pricing on it. I got a working Wii that came off. It's not broke, really. I've got a Wii with some games and all the hookups, and that's an easy local sale for hopefully for cash. Let's see, I've got something cool, something I got from the house from my parents' place, because one of those things we have laying around is this. This is an SKS ammo belt, chest belt thing. These go for about $20. Way back when, early mid 90s, you could go buy you a Chinese SKS rifle, and it would come with that and a few other accessories for like $100. That's how much the gun market's gone up, because that's like a $300 gun or more now. Couple books, older copy, Dune Messiah. Get the old Dune paperbacks that Frank Herbert wrote, particularly if you can get them for under like $2 a piece. Usually they can flip. Ian Fleming, James Bosch, From Russia with Love. This will probably actually go more on Facebook Marketplace site. These are surprisingly not as valuable unless they're lotted up. But it's not like those books are like $10, $20 books by themselves. Maybe certain editions are. There are a few other things I probably do. But I got 10 things to box up. 10 things. It's a lot. I got work. Where are we doing chat talking? We work. Make some money. Buy my stuff. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a good one.